Hi guys, it's your boy Gadget Man 404 here, and this video is to talk about the recovery mission of my Hubsan Zino. Now, as you may or may not be aware, last week I went flying my Hubsan Zino, and for some reason at 735 feet it got disconnected from my transmitter, my phone app, and no matter what I did, I could not get reconnected. I tried going through the settings, going through the transmitter, the Wi-Fi. It wouldn't even find the drone. Now, I've since making the first two videos of recovering it, or finding it to recover and then recovering it, I've sort of going over in my head, what could I have done any better? Now, as a rule, what I always do when I go to this particular place, I always check the channel and see what is the stronger 2.4 channel. I didn't do that with the Hubsan Zino. I haven't flown it for such a long time. I just thought it's a real nice area to fly. It's got a windy river that I was going to follow around, and then there's pylons surrounded by like a massive body of water. The area, I believe, is classed as Barrow-on-Trent, so people that live near Willington Power Station are probably aware of this area. The side of the river my drone came down on was on the other side of the river, and there's no way from the roadside to get to that side unless you want to have a swim across the river. Now, I didn't know how deep the river was, if there's many reeds in the bottom of the river, and for the sake of a drone I wasn't prepared to potentially risk my life, so I decided that I'd do a recon mission with my Mavic Mini, which I did, and then I also did, I looked on a map, I could see roughly where it was. I had to plan how was I going to access that area, and the videos are on my channel, guys. Please give them a watch. I'm surprised they haven't got many watches, because you love it, guys. You love it when someone's drone crashes or fails or whatever. And mine failed, not due to poor battery, because I had full battery. When I've gone into the app, and with the Hubsan app, like the DJI app, you get flight logs, and you can get a little map, or when you go and play that log back, it'll show you the route you flew over, and it got disconnected at 735 feet, and it had 70 or 69% battery left. And no matter what I did, I was running around the riverbank, like putting my hands up in the air, like going, come on, come on, trying to get closer. I was walking nearly in the river, thinking if I'm 10 foot closer to the drone, surely it's going to reconnect. It wouldn't reconnect, guys. No matter what I did, it wouldn't reconnect. I was trying everything. I was trying a different phone. I had an iPhone. I connected my iPhone, went through the process of binding up that. Nothing. It said not connected, just like it did with my Android phone. Now, I was using a different lead with my Hubsan Zino, but I have used that lead with an Android tablet, and I had no issues. So I'm not putting it down to the lead, but next time I go for a fly, I'll just use the stock leads, because I haven't had any disconnects with stock leads, unless you get to roughly your limit, which is 1k or 1 kilometre, and that is around about 3,200 and something meters is roughly 1 kilometre, or sorry, 1,000 meters is 3,000 and something feet, something like that. So what can I put it down to? The only thing I can put it down to is the firmware. On the Zino that I've got, and it's not a Y or an M, because some people say they've got an A or a Y version. Mine is coming up to 2 years, probably next April, or maybe this April gone. It's at least 18 months old, thereabouts. So all I can put the failure down to was just the area, strong interference, guys, right? That is Wi-Fi drone's worst nightmare. It doesn't matter if you've got good batteries, your SD cards formatted, no propellers are all intact, all that kind of thing. That doesn't mean anything if you've got poor interference or strong interference, which I'm putting it down to that reason. Now, the only other thing is I can try and do another flight, but because of what's happened to me, I know if it was to fail again, I have a long process to go and get that drone back, or I swim across a river. So, in conclusion, I'm on 1.1.50, okay, and I've said it in my other videos. If you haven't watched my other videos, listen to this video instead. On 1.1.50, which is old firmware, guys, okay, I've updated the app, but I haven't updated the firmware. So, when the drone gets disconnected, on the old firmware, or on the old app, which I might try and find an old version of the app and just untick the update thing, go into the app, and normally what happens is if you switch off your transmitter, guys, so you're flying down a field and the battery goes dead on the transmitter, what normally happens, well, what should have happened and didn't happen for me, is it should have done an automatic return to home. It knew where it took off from, it should have got to the desired height, and it should have flown back and it should have landed. But for whatever reason, guys, it didn't do that. And I was only 735 feet away, so I wasn't really that far. I mean, you've seen my videos, I push all my drones to the limit. 1,000 meters, or 998, 27,000 feet with the Mavic Mini. I've done 27,000 feet, I've done 22,000 feet, I've done 18,000 feet, I've done, you know, I've done loads of flights with both drones, and I keep trying to get a bit further every time I go out. Let me know, guys, is this windsock working? I'm getting a bit of a breeze coming across. Just let me know, is the sound quality any better, because this is a mic my son uses and it costs about £25 off eBay. If it's any good, I'll look at purchasing one for myself, for my own camera. This has been filmed on the Canon EOS M. Fantastic, I'll play this video back, but fingers crossed it is working. And like I was saying before, I digressed a little bit, sorry about that. But the 1.1.50 software, so what happens is it disconnects from the transmitter and the app, and then it's constantly looking to try to reconnect to the phone and the app. But because I got a strong interference, I think it totally blocks the signal, so no matter what my phone and the drone was trying to communicate with each other, it wouldn't let it. So eventually, when the drone got low battery, it landed. Now when I got my drone back, the only damage to my drone was one of the propellers had a crack on it, like a break, which I've changed out both of those propellers. That was a set of the A propellers. Changed that. I've done 3 flights since in my area, okay guys, and the gimbal is working, the video stopping and starting, return to home works if you do it manually or press it on the controller. Also, when it got low battery, 25%, it did a return to home. It let me change the setting height, because it was set to 100 meters, which is just under 400 feet. That was way too high for in my area. I don't need it to fly that high, so I've knocked it down to 25 meters. Where you fly, guys, take into account if you're flying far away and you don't know exactly what is out there, set your height accordingly. You know, 50 meters, that's 200 feet pretty much, or 165. That is high on its own, so that will work. But because of the Wi-Fi issue, it wouldn't reconnect. So in effect, it blocked all the fail-safes from working. That's what happened. All the fail-safes were blocked from working. The low battery should have kicked in at 25%. It should have flown home. It didn't. Return to home should have kicked in when it got disconnected. That didn't happen. and reconnecting to, you know, the drone reconnecting to the app and to the phone, that should have automatically happened within a few seconds. That again did not happen. I don't know why it didn't happen, because I've had 3 flights in my local field. I tested all those features out, flew it as far away as I could until it got disconnected, left it 5-10 seconds, walked up the field a little bit, it got reconnected, and it was already coming home by the time the picture had come on the screen. The drone was already flying back. When it got to 25% battery, it did a return to home and landed within feet of where it took off from. And also, when I did a manual return to home, it returned to home. So I don't know why it didn't do it when I was out at Barrow-on-Trent, but for some reason there could be something, very strong signal that's blocking the Hubsan protocol, because 2.4 is 2.4, but then Hubsan put their own little spin on it. So maybe the protocol for Hubsan, and in that particular area it was just incompatible. I don't think it would have mattered what I would have done. I drove up the road getting close to the riverbank. I was in a car park a stone's throw from the river, holding my controller up in the air saying, "Where are you?" I couldn't even see the drone. I was only about probably 100 feet, if that, to 150 feet high, if that, and I was only 735 feet away, but I just couldn't. It was quite like today, white clouds everywhere, very sunny, and I just could not see it no matter where I was looking in the sky. I don't know if it'd gone up to 400 feet or just under at the default setting and just hovered up there while it was waiting to reconnect. I don't know if that's what it does, if it tries to get to a certain height to try and reconnect to you, but whatever it tried to do, it didn't work. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. If you'd like to see the log clip of the flight, let me know in the comments below, and I will post the logs so you can see at X amount of seconds where it was. It tells you the height, the distance, and the battery level. 69%, and I got disconnected, and no matter what I did, it would not reconnect. If you've come across this channel by accident and you find it, well, actually I would like to get a Zino, and I didn't know that this would happen on 1.5. I may need to update my firmware. You can update your firmware, guys, but it is not an easy process. It's not like the Hubsan Zino 2 where it's mainly app based. You have to get a lead, download software onto the computer, download files onto an SD card, insert into the drone, press this button, hold that button. It's quite complicated, that's why I put off doing it, but I might watch a few videos in the next few days or the next week or two, and I might decide to try and do the update of the firmware, and then at least that puts my mind at rest, because on the other firmwares, if it gets disconnected, I believe it does an automatic return to home, but on 1.1.50, guys, it does not. So that's it really, guys, in essence. Give me a thumbs up, let me know if that windsock's any good, let me know if you want to see the flight log video. It's literally 2 minutes long, if that, before it got disconnected, because I was only 735 feet away. Subscribe, comment, share my content. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. I'm about 885 or 86. Please, with your help, guys, I can get there. I've been Gadget Mal 404. You guys have been amazing as always, and please continue to subscribe, share my content, tell people about my channel, and that's it. You know, that is it. Let me know if that windsock is any good, because then I'll purchase one for myself, because when my son goes to uni he's going to take that with him, and then I'll just be using my camera mic. But because it's closer to me and it's above the camera, hopefully the audio is coming through really nice. Excuse me. So fly safe, guys, keep each other safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Gadget Man 404 out. Cheers, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.
I'm in love with the cold, cold